Well, let's kick it over then to not weird talk.
Wild. You know what I want to start though with this is, what did I say when the trade happened? What did I tell you what happened with Jakub Lauko? I was like, everyone is going to be obsessed with this guy because off ice, he is one of my favorite people in hockey. And like, of course, Russo, was it the article today or yesterday that he did like the in-depth profile on Jakub Lauko, where it's like, this guy is the best. And he is a lunatic and plays exactly how Billy Guerin wants someone in his bottom six to play. And like, for a hockey fan too, the combination of him playing 1,000 miles an hour on the ice, hitting everything that moves, he will literally fight anybody. He does have a little bit of scoring touch in his game as well, but off ice, like, he just like interacts with people on Twitter. It's very funny. He's got an arm fully dedicated to tattoos of like his favorite fucking
Daenerys.
Like, he is, dude, he's the best. Like, he is just the coolest dude in the world. So well, I love that he's already. I thought it would be like a few games into the year that people were like, oh, this guy fucking rocks. But it was like, he was on the ice for like 2 seconds in his like first preseason game. I was like, he's cool. We like him a lot. Like, I love this. It's great. I am obsessed with the fact he went from when he left Boston, I was so sad. And it was like to Minnesota. And I was like, let's fucking go. I love that for me personally. He's the best.
Yeah. Oh, so two-parter here, but let me start by saying fans won't like this. I really like a fourth line of him, Murat Husnudinov, and Freddie Gaudreau. I think that's a great fourth line.
No, it's great.
I think that's incredible. On the flip side, just thinking about the dynamic there, I can't for the life of me picture, but I would pay money to see the three of them sit down at a round table for like a meal and like interact with each other. Like, find me 3 humans that are more different than those 3.
I feel like Lauko would be talking the whole time. Husnudinov would be like, huh, this is fun. This is funny. And he just like laughing to himself. And Freddie Gaudreau is just like, what the like, what did I get?
Guys, we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. Texting Dean, help. Dude. Yeah.
God, I don't like this new kid at school.
Yeah. Lauko's whole plate is just grapes. Loves grapes. Big grape guy.
I think that's a weird way of saying that he's a wino, like he's an alcoholic and he just slugs down wine.
Yeah.
No one just likes grapes.
I'm so on board though with that fourth line. I feel like at this point, everyone's accepted that though.
No,
I feel like everyone's pretty fine with that. No?
Nope.
Have I muted that many words and people?
Basically, everyone is on board with Lauko. Husnudinov needs to be higher in the lineup. Freddie shouldn't exist in the lineup.
Whatever. Okay, sure. Whatever.
I am fully on board. Basically, I said it online, but basically this season is going to come down to, can we get meaningful and semi-consistent contributions from the second line? If so, Wild might be a playoff team.
Yeah.
If not, probably not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I fucking listen. I mean, I don't know if people want or would get, but if Murat Husnudinov at this point in his NHL career is in your top 6, that's a problem. That's an issue. That's not a good thing. It is a bad thing if he is there, or if he is if he is in your lineup over Marco Rossi, Marcus Foligno, and Trenin on that third line, also a problem. That's a problem. And I think with these preseason games, people should be pretty excited about like Murat Husnudinov playing just on your fucking PK, because like his big calling card is like, and we've been saying this before, is he is an incredible defensive forward who is one of the best skaters I've watched as a prospect in general last few years, but he also does have that sneaky offensive skill, the hands, and he's an incredibly smart player. And like what he did in the preseason, like that short-handed goal, he blocked a shot at the fucking blue line, fought through two guys, did a fucking like 360 to corral the puck, and then under pressure still finished. Like it was absurd. That goal was ridiculous. So he's gonna be able to help you out big time, ideally on the PK. And his game just naturally suits itself to play like it. It's weird. Like Minnesota, when they've been really good, they're rolling all four. Like their fourth line guys are playing 10,
really
11,
good?
12 minutes. A couple years ago.
No, they've never been really good.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, oh my God. Come on.
hang on.
That's too aggressive.
Great
my
quote, though.
God.
I think this is pretty spot on, though, from noted Wild fan Pete Blackburn. They never succeed spectacularly, and they always fail underwhelmingly. That has been.
That doesn't mean they're not really good.
Of their existence. When have they been really good? I don't recall it.
Okay.
Well, they have exceeded expectations.
Okay. We're just not going to agree on this. But when they've been good.
Tell me why I'm wrong. It's fine.
They're okay. When they are good. There you go. Is that better than really good? Like they've been rolling four lines, getting contributions up and down the lineup. So if Huzadino's on your fourth line, he's still playing. Right. It's not like he's a guy that like in Toronto where they're playing like 5 minutes, maybe. Right. Like he's still playing anywhere from like 10 to 13 minutes on your fourth line, helping out in the PK, still contributing some offense to, and obviously the most important part of hockey, winning faceoffs.
Oh. What do you think about this one from Mateo? I just thought Ogren could also work on a fourth line with the other two.
I mean, it could work. I still firmly would rather have him in a top 6 in the AHL because
completely agree.
You drafted him where you drafted him to eventually be middle top 6 goal scorer, and like his profile of player, like he can give you good two-way hockey as well. So I'd rather have him playing 20 plus minutes a night in the top 6 in the AHL versus like playing 10 minutes of primarily D-zone hockey in the NHL on an okay team. There you go.
Yeah, and I'll agree with Mateo that he would be better, and it's better for the Wild. I'm 1,000,000% with you in that it's not better for Ogren, which is why I do not want it in any way, shape, or form. Now, we get to the end of the year, and there's no spots for him in the top 6, top 9, and they want to throw him on the fourth line for a playoff push. Sure. I just don't want him to start the year there because I think that that's a huge waste for his development. And I feel like we need good vibes in Iowa, man. Let's let them start the year really hot. Let's watch them torch. They could have like a top 6 that could be really freaking fun down there. Let him go down and lead that and let them kind of develop a winning culture together, and then let some of those kids trickle up into the lineup.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Is there anything else for the Wild? Nothing really, except we're in a weird spot now with one of their players, which kind of comes into something you and I have talked about quite a bit. Damon Hunt is an NHLer. He is an NHLer, and he either needs to get playing time or set the fucking boy free. Trade him. Like he shouldn't be an 8th defenseman, and he shouldn't be in the AHL long term. If he needs to start the year there for contractual reasons, cool. But if we get to January and he's not in the NHL, makes me sad. That's all.
Yeah. Again, like he is clearly shown. Like again, last year he fit in. It looked like he belonged in the NHL in the games that he played in. He went back to Iowa. I remember the first few games I watched when he returned back to the AHL, like he was easily the best player Well, maybe not on the ice because the Iowa Wild stunk. So usually like half of the other team was better than everyone. But he was easily like their best player, especially the back end. But I mean, like Hines said it too. He's like, oh yeah, no, he is very good. Like he has shown that he's ready to play. So I think Russo was talking about this before too. Like, we'll see what happens. Like contractually, again, he's probably going to start just for money reasons. He's going to be starting the A, and we'll see what happens with a guy like Merrill, whether they like bury that contract, because you can mostly
but
save as much of. I'm trying to think the actual dollars.
You can save actually the majority of the contract, but that doesn't matter.
And then
I don't want Hunt to be the second.
Right. So, and I think they'd rather also, and like the other guy that's probably going to be, or has a good chance of at least being that 13 forward is Ben Jones, who's been really fucking good in the preseason for them too. So, like it's just crazy. Like we knew there would be effects from the buyouts or whatever, but it's like, I don't know why, but like the penny pinching for like this part of like constructing your lineup has been like just like breaking my brain. Where like I think I kind of knew this was coming, but it's still like not registering in my brain that this is real life. And then we have to like actually consider 7, 8D and 13 forward while carrying 3 goalies and doing the math like just to have a roster. No, but Damon Hunt should absolutely, worst case, be a 7D. Especially, I mean, on this team too. Like he should be playing NHL games. I think he is an NHL defenseman, so we'll see what happens here in the first few weeks of the regular season, if there's a move to be made, or if they do put Merrill on waivers, bury that contract. I mean, injuries with this team is always going to be a huge concern at all times. But no, Damon Hunt, like you said, is absolutely an NHL defenseman. He's ready to play, should be playing. And if he's not, there are plenty of teams out there that would probably give up more than people would expect for a guy like Damon Hunt. Because people forget too, like how highly thought of he is for by historically, like by Hockey Canada. Like the only reason he didn't go to the World Juniors like 3 times in a row was like getting hurt in camp. Like it's crazy.
You know where he needs to go.
So. No.
Say it.
No. To Minnesota. He needs to move in. He needs to find an apartment in St. Paul. Stay there forever.
Agreed. If that doesn't happen, he and Freddie Gaudreau need to take a trip together. Tell me that wouldn't be fun.
Of course it would be fun. I just want to see fucking David Hunt play in the NHL.
I know. That's all I'm lobbying for too, man.
Pain. Endless pain.
Pain. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing is weird. I also it sucks listening to like the national podcasts, right? Like people that are covering the league as a whole, because everyone's like, oh yeah, this is the last year of the cap hell, and then the Wild are gonna have all this money to spend. It's like, you guys even try? Because they're not. They're gonna have like a little wiggle room, but like the money they just gave Trenin, the extension they gave Middleton, on top of the Faber deal and whatever Kaprizov is gonna get, that pretty much eats it all up.
Yeah.
Which great problem that Brock Faber turned into this player. Like, if you want to attribute a lot of that to that's part of what's filling the Parise Suter buyouts, like, cool. But everyone thinks that like after this year, there's going to be some big spending spree, and it's just not happening. It's not. And I don't think that that's like a problem. I just think that everyone's expectations are going to put us in a spot where everyone's be like, oh, Bill Guerin didn't do anything after losing the buyout money. Whether that's national media or fans of the team, like that cannot be the narrative. It can't, because it's so far off.
Right. And I mean, the thing with that too is like, when you look at the guys that are be coming through here the next few years, especially once those buyouts are gone. Ideally, you've got all but like one or two of those super important spots. Like you can bank on some of the young guys that they've drafted recently filling a lot of those roles. Like, I mean, I look at the back end, I'm not worried about a 1 or 2 D like at all. You also have Wallstedt coming up, who looks about NHL regular ready. I mean, you've also got one of the best two-way centers in the league locked up in Joel Eriksson. Rossi's taking a step here. He scored 21 goals last year. And I mean, like, there's plenty of guys. Like, realistically, they shouldn't, as long as they allow for development to happen. Like, they've got plenty of guys that they should be able to fill some pretty substantial roles in their roster in the next few years.
If there's a
Right. That's the thing that's always been the most frustrating. We've talked this ad nauseum, where it's just like, we didn't need to give 90% of the population of Minnesota 4x4s. Like, we didn't need to just like go door to door. Hey, 4x4, perfect.
Are we making the hat? Is that going to be a thing? 4x4 and MC.
The Billy's.
I told Laura if she can come up with a cool, like, cohesive logo that has 4x4 and NMC in it, I'll make a hat.
Yeah, I'll
see what if we get at least 20 comments saying that people would buy a 4x4 NMC hat, done.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Doesn't have to be on the live stream. It can be on the video after. I see all the comments. So yeah, let us know how you feel. I think that could be fun.
4x4, baby.
Probably check that with Joe and make sure it doesn't get him in trouble, because apparently I already got him in trouble by a Bleacher Report thinking that he said the shit that Lazarus did. Which, like, he didn't come at me at all. I was helping him with some stuff, like moving into his new house, and he's just like, "Yeah, did you see all that stuff this morning?" I'm like, "Oh, you mean the shitstorm that I got caught in with all of the notifications?" Like, "Yep, I saw." He's like, "Yeah, they thought it was me." I'm like, "Oh, nope, that's not good."
Damn, bro, that sucks for you, dude.
Yeah, right. It's like, I'm not even working right now. Like, why am I getting dragged into this? Just lazy reporting.
Beats me, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna keep doing that shit though.